Hi, we're here with Joe Miskulin, Superintendent of State Farm Central Station Monitoring. Joe, thanks so much for being with us.
Oh, my pleasure.
It's always a great time talking with you. I want to pick your brain a little bit about the best business advice you've ever gotten.
Probably the best advice I ever got was from my father. He was in management for a long time. He told me when I first got out of college to surround myself with smart people and let them do their jobs. And I try to pass it along to everybody else.
And that's why Joe is with us here today. So a couple things. What are some industry trends that you see impacting the business?
Some of the biggest things that I'm hearing about is, I call them out of the box. Things are a little bit different. Customers like to have a little more control. They want to be able to monitor their home from their smartphone or when they're away on their computer. So anything that they can control their lights, control their temperature, maybe check some energy usage in the house, check the camera to see if Bobby got home on time, things along those lines.
Right. And what can Central Station and security integration and monitoring companies do to stay on top of those trends and to continually, build profits off of it?
Yeah, the technology is out there, and more companies are moving that way. It's just another form of revenue. I've heard a lot of companies in the last several years were kind of afraid, thinking that this was a phase, and to keep doing what you keep doing best. You'll protect the fried chicken type thing.
Right.
Just do one thing, keep doing the best. But that's not going to work as the time goes on. We're seeing changes in the end of the POTS lines. You're either going to have to change with it, find a different means of transmission to receive your signals, or you're going to just die on the vine.
Right, absolutely. And the threat is out there. So, on an average, how many people are actually jumping on this bandwagon?
Oh gosh. The industry is so spread out and it's growing all the time, and with new people coming into it, like the telephone companies and the cable companies,
right,
and other companies like Lowe's and some of the other big box stores are offering these services. A lot of them are offering it self-monitor, just to give control to the consumer. It'd be hard to say. It's just growing like crazy.
Right.
That could answer like crazy.
It is. But, it's a very scary thing to change the way you've been doing business forever.
Right.
But, the threat is out there if you don't start offering these things. Absolutely. So while you're talking about telco companies, how do you think that's affecting the business, them re-emerging into the industry?
I think it's actually, this last year at ESX, there was a presentation just on that very topic. The panelists were all from, there was a couple of central stations and a researcher, and they all came up with the same thing. This is good, because the big companies with the big marketing revenue are going to get the word out. There's going to be more people that right now do not have any kind of alarm, any kind of automation that perhaps will be introduced to it, and it's going to just leave a lot more work and a lot more opportunities for those of us that offer that kind of service. They've been in the business for a while.
And how, what advice would you give to the mom and pop security companies to kind of differentiate themselves from the telcos?
Well, the one thing that the mom and pops can do is that personal service. It's not an impersonal third party. It's going to be somebody that's going to be somebody that comes to the house, somebody they talk to, someone that knows the background.
Right.
I think the smaller central stations have been really flourish in this type of arena.
Okay. What do you think about interactive services and how those things have entered the industry as well?
Yeah, that's another one that's out of the box. You've got to be able to change. You've got to be able to take a look at what the customers want. If the customers want to be able to have more control and view their home and their alarm system while they're on the road or from work or whatnot, you have to be able to offer those services. I think that, as we said, with the POTS lines going away, the thing that going wireless, whether it's radio, whether it's cellular or IP, those services are going to be more and more in demand, and the companies that can offer that are going to be the ones moving forward.
Right, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us, Joe. Your insight is always very valuable.
My pleasure.